How to get PR in Luxembourg? We receive a lot of questions related to that, and in this vlog, we are covering all the information related to PR for you. Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the Escape Plans. I hope you all are doing great and enjoying our videos. So, we are back again covering another information, and the information we are about to cover in this vlog has been asked by many people. So, in this vlog, we are covering information about how to get PR in Luxembourg. To get PR in Luxembourg, there is a procedure you need to follow, and in this vlog, we will be covering everything step by step. Let's get started. So before we start, let me tell you that in case if you're looking for the information related to types of visas in Luxembourg, we have already covered that, how to get work visa, the criteria, documentation, everything is covered in our previous vlog. The link will be in the description. So in case if you have any question, you know where to find all the information from. Now, let's go to the point one. Point number one, you need to check if you are eligible to get a PR in Luxembourg. So, like any other country, Luxembourg also has few criteria, and you need to check if you are eligible and you are matching the required criteria. So, now let's have a look and see what is the criteria exactly Luxembourg has and you need to follow.
Number one, residence in Luxembourg for at least 5 years. So basically, to get permanent residency, you need to have lived in Luxembourg continuously for at least 5 years. And this shows that you are settled and committed to staying in the country. Number two, proof of knowing the Luxembourg language. So you must demonstrate that you can speak Luxembourgish. This is done by passing a language test called Spoken Test Luxembourgish. It is important because it helps you communicate and participate in everyday life. And of course, you're opting for the country's citizenship, so they would want you to know the language. Number three, understanding of local culture and rules. So you need to show that you understand the local culture and how things works in Luxembourg. To do this, you must take a course called Living Together in the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. So basically, what you learn in this course is citizenship, your rights and responsibilities. So you will learn about what it means to be a resident in Luxembourg, including your rights such as access to the healthcare and education, and your responsibilities like adhering to local laws and contributing to the community. You will also understand government and legal system, how it works. The part of the course covers how Luxembourg's government is structured, including the roles of various institutions that they have, the Grand Duke, the Parliament, and the judiciary. Understanding the legal system is important because in case if you face any issues in future legal wise, you know what to do and you understand how law impacts you. You will also learn about local administrative practice, including how local government operate and how they interact with residents. This knowledge is useful for engaging with the municipal services and participating in local governance. You will also gain some insight into the rich history of Luxembourg, including key events that have shaped the country. And lastly, number four, clean record. So you must have a clean record, which means no criminal activity, no lying on applications, and no involvement in fraud. This shows you are a trustworthy person and a good member of the community. So these are all the required criteria. And let me tell you, if you do not meet even one of them, you will have a problem in getting the citizenship.
Now, point number two. This is the most important point where you need to check your documents. So, once you know you are eligible to get PR here, now what you need to do? You need to check if you have all the required documents and you need to prepare them. Let's have a look what all documents you need to apply for PR.
Number one, birth certificate. So you need to provide your own birth certificate and those of any children under 18. Number two, foreign passport. So you need copies of all pages of your passport and copies of your children's passport if you have any. Number three, criminal record certificates. Obtain these certificates from the countries where you are or have been a resident. You also need them from any country where you have lived in the last 15 years, starting from when you turned 18. Number four, you will also receive this biographical questionnaire and you will need to complete this as well. Number five, now you also need to submit the certificate of passing the spoken let's work test. So as we mentioned before, that this is the most important step. This is a Luxembourgish language test. It has two parts: an oral test at level A2 and a listening test at level B1. Number six, certificate of successful completion of living together in the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. I am just translating it into English, but when you will look for this exam online, the original name of this course is written on the screen. You can get this document either by attending the course or by taking the test directly without attending the course. Number seven, authorization of the judge. If you have guardianship or custody of children, you will also need the authorization of the supervising judge in addition to the other documents.
Please note that all your documents should be translated into one of the local language of Luxembourg and should be certified by SON translator. Point number 3. You need to complete the course and pass the exam to get the PR. Now, let's see what all courses and exams are there.
The integration courses are a special program offered by the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. They are designed to help newcomers understand important aspects of life in Luxembourg. These courses cover the key topics such as Luxembourg's history, culture norms, legal standards, and unique features of living in the country. These courses are required for anyone who wants to gain the citizenship or stay in Luxembourg for a longer period. They aim to make sure that you are well informed and integrated into Luxembourgish society. Once you register for a course, your enrollment is final. So please be aware that you cannot change your registration once it is done. And if you miss classes or cannot attend for any reason, you will need to wait until the end of the current course and exams before you can re register for a future course. So we would suggest that please plan ahead and ensure that you can stick to the entire course schedule. This will help you avoid any delays in your process of becoming integrated into the community. Because if you miss classes or have to change your registration, it could slow down your progress. So be sure to commit fully to the course. By the way, the integration course is completely free.
Point number 4. Take the language courses and pass the spoken test.
Now we are talking about language. So, even if you know French or German, when it comes to getting the citizenship, you will need to know Luxembourgish because the test and exam will be in Luxembourgish. And actually, the language is very close to Luxembourg, so that is why they want you to fit into the country, and for that, they want you to know Luxembourgish. There are many classes and teachers to help you learn Luxembourgish. You can pick any teacher or classes that works best for you. And when it comes to exam detail, the language exam has two parts: listening and speaking. Thankfully, there is no writing part to pass. You need to get at least half of the total points. And here is what you need to know: you need to know how to introduce yourself and talk about your family, other people, your living situation, education, and work using simple words. And you also need to know how to describe and compare people, things, and activities in an easy way. And once you learn that much, now you are ready for the exam. So, what exam includes? It includes interview, where a conversation will happen between you and examiner about a topic, and then there will be a description round as well, where you will be talking about things in a picture and describing them. Now comes the listening section. So for listening section, what you need to do and know is understand the main points when listening to clear and simple language about familiar topics. You should be able to follow content from radio or TV about current events or personal interests. Let's talk about what to expect when you go for listening exam. So there will be three audios they will be playing. This audio could be news, regular dialogues or interview, and then there will be questions related to those audio clips. If we talk about scorings and how many retakes you can have, so in case if you don't pass the exam in one go, how many attempts do you have? Let's talk about that. So the cost of this exam is 75 euros. To pass, you need to get more than half of the total points from both parts of the test. And when we talk about retakes, you can take the exam as many times as you need, but you will need to pay each time you retake it. So that means every time you will need to pay 75 euros. So our advice would be, please do not waste your money. Make sure to study well and use the available classes and resources to help you succeed.
Our suggestion here would be that you should not wait until you complete the criteria to get the PR to learn the language. In fact, you should enroll yourself for language as soon as possible. And by the time you will complete all other criteria, you will be ready to even give the exam. So for the language, start learning as soon as possible. Point number 5, you are ready to submit the document.
So, what you need to do, you need to take all your papers to the civil registry office in the town where you live and submit them there. The civil registry office will check your papers. If everything is correct and complete, they will send your papers right away to the Ministry of Justice to check them. And in case if you miss any paper or if any information is not present in the file or is wrong, the civil registry office will ask you to send the missing papers within 3 months. And if you don't send the missing papers in time, your application will not be proceed. Please note, sometimes the Ministry of Justice might need extra papers if the ones you gave are not enough or don't meet the rules. They will let you know if they need anything else.
And now we are done here. This is the last point. This is the most easiest yet very stressful point, because here you need to wait for the result. This will take some time. Sometimes you might hear from them very quickly, and sometimes it could take even month. So do not get stressed. What you can do, you can follow your application on gushia.lu website and see the progress of your application. So this was all about getting the citizenship in Luxembourg. I hope you got the information you were looking for and you liked the vlog. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Namaste.